Hey, happy Tuesday. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Georgia Girl. And today is Testimony Tuesday. Testimony Tuesday is where you come up, if you would like to come up, or you can put it in the chat. What are you thankful for? What have you overcome? If you have overcome anything in your life that you would like to share with me, let me know. I can drop the link. But I am your host, of course, Georgia Girl. Let's see. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? How your evening going? And I know you have a testimony because you have shared it in the chat. Hey, pre-retirement. Today is Testimony Tuesday. If anybody want to come up and share their testimony, anybody want to put in the chat why are they thankful? Y'all know we are in the 10th month of 2024. We're almost heading to a new year. Why are you thankful? If you want to put it in the chat, I'll put your comment on the front and I'll read it. But why are you thankful? If you're an overcomer or anything, if you're an overcomer, hey sis, how you doing? Good to see you. Today is Testimony Tuesday. Testimony Tuesday where I have people come up and share their testimonies. We all have a lot to be thankful. Why are y'all thankful? Put it in the chat. Why are you thankful? Good to see you. That's my real life sister-in-law in the chat. What y'all got done over there today? What you cooked good for my brother today? I know you cooked something good. What did you cook good today? I have a lot to be thankful for, which we all have a lot to be thankful for. We have our life. We're here. You're in my chat. You know, for the last couple of weeks, we've been dealing with hurricanes. Some people has lost their lives. Some people have lost their homes. Some people have still not situated after the storm. Some of y'all didn't even get any rain or wind or storm. Some of us got rain. We got houses blown away. People lost their lives. So we have a lot to be thankful for. This is hurricane season. And, you know, we can only prepare, but we don't know what gonna happen. You say you're thankful. Chop barbecue, baked bean. Send me some, sis. What are you thankful for? We're thankful for our life, our family, our children. We're thankful for God breathing life into us every single day, even though there are days we're not feeling our best, but we do still have to give God all the glory. Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, Brenda is my sister-in-law. She's my sister-in-law. And she be over there cooking, Cannon. She be cooking up. She be thinking I be cooking. Now she be cooking. She got my brother looking mighty healthy. Where he at, brother? Is he working? Cannon said, I'm thankful for you. Oh, you thankful for me? Oh my God, don't make me cry. I'm thankful for you too. I'm thankful for my chat, my family. I'm thankful that we can be able to have, you know, positive chats and lives without people coming in, making others feel bad about anything. And that's what we do over here. We're all about uplifting each other over here. You know, we're all about uplifting one another. There'll be those days where I be aching and joints be hurt, but I said, Lord, just continue to give me strength. I just seen my mom, she's doing okay. My dad, he's doing well. You know, my dad was caught up in that storm in South Carolina. He had a big tree to fall in his yard. So I'm so thankful. I am so thankful that that tree did miss his house. But they did have some after effects. They had to throw away all of their foods because all their lights was out. Their lights was off a whole week. So my dad had to throw away a lot of groceries. I talked to him the other day. He said he's doing okay. So he waiting to hear from the rescue FEMA. Is it FEMA? Hey, Tiffany. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. Today the question is, what are we thankful for? Hey, Six Bows. Anybody want to come up and share their testimony about how they feel, if they're overcome or anything? Like you can say, talk if it's concerning your health, your life. Hey, Patrick, how you doing? You from Detroit? Well, welcome. Today is Testimony Tuesday. If anybody got anything they would like to share, yes, we're thankful for everything. All right, that's my sister in the chat. She said, "Her and my brother is listening to me." Welcome in, Patrick, Six Bows, Tiffany, Kenneth. Everybody put in the okay. Tiffany says she's thankful for my family and friends in life. Absolutely. We have a new person in the chat. The person is named Patrick. Let's welcome Patrick in the chat. Welcome in the chat, Patrick. How are you doing? Do you have a channel? Do you have a channel? We got my girls in here, Six Bows, Tiffany, my sister-in-law, Brenda. We got Kenneth in here. We all have a lot to be thankful for. We really do. If God woke you up this morning, that's a reason to tell the Lord, thank you. Because somebody did not wake up this morning. Somebody did not wake up this morning. Somebody's in jail. Somebody's in the hospital. Somebody's in their grave. So we do have a lot to be thankful for. We cannot take things for granted. Like I said, we might complain about some of the things we have and don't have, but think about the people that don't have anything. Think about the people that don't have a place to live. There are a lot of homeless people out here in the world, y'all. I don't know if they homeless by choice or by being short of glory, because we all fall short of glory some days. We all do. So, Patrick, we welcome you in the chat. Yeah, Brunda's my real life sister-in-law. She's my brother listening at me. I told them if they don't see me on Facebook, they will find me on YouTube. So we have a lot to be thankful for. I've been going back and forth to the doctor. I'm glad that my heart results came back normal. You know, I was telling y'all I was having chest pain. Felt like I was having a heart attack. But after we did the test results, I did the stress test last month. Only thing they told me is to keep my blood pressure elevated. That's why yesterday I was talking about I bought me a thing to check my blood pressure. My blood pressure, I checked it this morning. Everything is normal. Thank God for that. I make sure I take my medicine every day. And that's what I got to do. I got to continue to keep elevating my blood pressure, make sure it stay the way it's supposed to. It's been hard, but I've been trying to cut back on the salt. I know that my brother listening at me, like I tell your brother, my husband, cut back on that salt and that hot sauce. I know my brother loves hot sauce too. But we do have a lot to be thankful for. I'm supposed to have a guest to come up. I don't know if he's gonna see it live. He's supposed to be coming back, sharing some things where he has overcome. If anybody in the chat would like to put in the chat about some of the things they have overcome this year, whether it's concerning your health, whether it's concerning your financial situation, or if you're trying to get spiritual right, financial right, you're trying to get your health right, whatever you're trying to overcome, if things are working out good for you, put it in the chat. Mm-hmm. Hi there, everyone. She's a very nice woman, and she's sis, and he got to do better. Brenda's my real life sister-in-law. Brenda's my real butt files. And I was telling her about my brother because I know he loved that hot salt and salt. Brother, don't feel bad. Ernest the same way. He the same way. But this is my real life sister-in-law, and Brother, this is my chat. Some of these people, butt file, they have a channel. Six Bows have a channel. We're doing a virtual baby shower for her on her channel Friday. My sister Brenda don't have a channel, but she does cook. I've been trying to encourage her to start a channel, and she can cook and she can get monetized, even though I lost my monetization, but I'm trying to get back there. And I know it's gonna take, a little more hard work, but I'm gonna get there. It's good to see everyone. So, what are some of the things that y'all have overcome so far this year? Hey, Miss Key. This Miss Key, y'all, that is one of her channels, Gym Girls. That is Gym Girl Key. Miss Key is just like my assistants over here. She helped me out with the chat. Me and her do a lot of things, collabs together. So can y'all name something y'all have overcome this year? Can y'all have named something so far y'all have overcome this year? Hey, Frank. It is level to do YouTube these days. Oh, I know, Frank. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. So what are some of the things y'all have overcome so far this year? I know I didn't got my blood pressure down. I thank God for that. I'm trying to eat healthy, but it's hard, especially when I be with them kids on the weekend. Woo! Like, I think everything changed. You say, yes, love a good cook. Okay. What are you thankful for, Patrick? Patrick is new, everybody. He said he's from Detroit. The question today is, what are you thankful for? Your family, your health, your friends, life. The reason I'm flashing like that because I don't have my green screen up. So y'all have to bear with me. I should have put it up. Because there's somebody that woke up a lot of people did not wake up this morning. Life. Absolutely. How you been doing, Frank? I haven't been seeing you. Have you been posting lately? I haven't been seeing you lately. Have you been posting lately? Sometimes we don't get those notifications. We have a lot of YouTube creators in the chat. If y'all would like to connect with someone, and if you are a YouTube creator, just type the word Troopers and your link will drop. Miss Key said, for life and roof over my head. Amen. Amen. Compared to all these storms that went on, and it's still hurricane season. I've been you said you've been off and on. Okay. I'm gonna read because I'm putting y'all comment on the stream. I've been off and on YouTube. I was in. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think I did see you yesterday. I just haven't been seeing none of your work. I was just wondering that you deal with the videos so I can go back. Hey, Malik, that is my guest, y'all. Let's welcome Georgia Troopers. Let's welcome Malik from MLK to the chat. Malik gonna be my guest today. And he came in my chat. I've been knowing Malik since the R. Kelly sector. Oh, you've been posting? Okay. I got to catch up on you. I've been knowing him from his wife's channel. Y'all probably know Brooke. I don't know if she didn't change the name, but she have came in my channel. She helped encourage me to keep going with my channel. And his name is Malik. He also has a channel. Whenever he get ready to come up on the panel, just let me know, Malik. He wants to share some things he have overcome, and let's make him feel welcome in the chat. Over here, Malik, I believe in giving people their flowers because people deserve their flowers while they're here. So over here on my channel, I tell the people in my chat, let's give people their flowers. I want people to give me my flowers while I'm here. Y'all hear me, brother and sister? My real life brother and sister is in the chat too. I want my flowers while I'm here. I want people to show me love while I'm here. Because that's what a lot of people don't do. Show people that love while they're in your life. That would mean a lot. So I would love for my chat to give Malik some flowers. Let's get him some flowers, everybody. Let's give Malik his flowers. Over here, Malik, we believe in giving people roses and flowers. I'm going to drop the link and I'm going to let Malik come up here. When you come in my chat, you deserve your flowers. Hey, Bona, how you doing? This is the link right here. Malik finna come up here now, but after he come up, if anybody else want to come up, they can. And if y'all want to ask Malik any questions, y'all can ask him some questions. I got the link in the chat right there, Malik. But anyway, huh? What?
Okay, they're gonna send me.
Hold on, I'm live right now. We'll do it in a little bit. But anyway, I met Malik from the Dream Team side. His wife is also a YouTube creator. She really encouraged me to keep going on this channel. Y'all probably seen me wore a shirt with Dream Team on it. She made those shirts. And I just been seeing Malik on her channel and plus on Dana's channel. He came in my chat yesterday and we was talking about blood pressure and different things like that. And he said one day he would like to share his testimony. So I said, well, come back today. Over here, we share things and no one be judged. No one be judged for anything they have been through or gone through. Okay? So I does have a good chat. But if y'all see any trolls coming in the chat, anybody coming in being negative, y'all know we get under boot over here. Anybody being negative, get them out the chat. Because we don't play about being disrespectful. Malik, did you see the link? I dropped the link if you're ready to come up. But like I said, today is Testimony Tuesday. If anybody got anything they want to say, if you got anything that you want to share, you can come on the panel or you can share it in the chat. Well, like I said, Malik, from what I have known from him from the other side, he's a very positive person. Now he say what's on his mind now. I used to hear him in the chat when him and Dana used to be up there talking. You know, he had his opinion. Dana used to be like, oh, Lordy. But, you know, all of us got along. We have different opinions about different things. And that's only life. Everybody's not going to agree on everything. Everybody's not going to agree on all topics. But that's why everybody's opinion is respected. So I'm trying to see, did he haven't clicked the link yet. Did I put it in there? Yeah, that's the link right there. But what is everybody thankful for? Y'all know we're almost into a new year, y'all. We are in the 10th month of 2024. Before you know it, it'll be Christmas. Before you know it, it will be Christmas. Are y'all ready for the holidays? If you like me, you're ready for them to be over with. And they also started early voting today. Anybody in Georgia in my chat voted today. I really don't want to stand up in that line. I'm gonna see can I get me a absentee vote. Y'all make sure y'all vote, no matter who you voting for now. Because I know some people in my chat probably for Kamala. Some people probably for Trump. But whoever get in that office, they better do right by the people. That's all I say. It don't matter if you Democrat, Republican, whoever be president, do right by the people. Because we all out here dealing with these high food prices. Can't hardly put gas in your car. Vote, yes, vote. How you doing, Mona? Mona is one of my girls too, y'all. Jim girl is Miss Key. That is her second channel. If y'all want to connect with her second channel, that is her second channel. But yes, voting is important. Well, I'm still waiting on my guest. My question was today, what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? We have to look around, y'all, and say, we might not have everything we want, but we do have what we need. Hold on, Gardo 50. Is that you, Malik? Because I don't want no weird people coming up here. Gardo 50. Who is Gardo 50? Is that you, Malik? Because I had somebody come up here and flash me one day, and I don't want to see nobody private poet. Who is Gardo 50? Is that you, Malik? I have to make sure. Do anybody know who Gardo 50 is? Because I just can't let anybody up here on my panel. Do y'all know who that is? Is that you, Malik? Who is Gardo 50? I had let somebody up on my chat, and they pulled out their private part. I ain't trying to see nobody. Oh, that's you? Okay. I'm gonna have a panic attack that day. Okay. We got our guests up here. Malik, I have to look. Malik.
Hello.
I have to get background checks. I'm scared. I have to get background checks before I let people out here. There's some weird people out here on their YouTube. It was a guy by
All right, can you hear me?
It was a guy on the backstage wanting to come up, right? He looked so nice. His picture looked nice.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I put him up here. He pulled out here, you know what? I just started straightening. I couldn't get right no more that day. We have Malik up here.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, we hear you good. Can y'all hear us good? Can y'all hear me and Malik good? If y'all can hear me, put a thumb in the chat. If y'all can hear me. I want you to introduce yourself, Malik. Tell everybody who you are. And if you have a channel, let everybody know, and then we can connect with you. Tell everybody who you are.
Okay. I'm Malik. No, I don't have a channel. They keep wanting me to drop a channel. I haven't decided if I'm gonna do it or not.
Okay.
But thanks for the invite. So let me get right to
the
story. I don't want to take too much of your time.
Oh, you fine. So today is Testimony Tuesday, and you see what my topic is, right? My topic is, are you an overcomer, and what are you thankful for? So we can go from there. Are you an overcomer? Is it something that you have been through and you know it wasn't nobody but God would save you from either getting better or getting worse? If you're gonna get what I'm saying, can you just like elaborate to what I'm saying? Are you an overcomer or anything?
So let me do it this way. You take the questions in the chat. If they give you some questions, I'll answer them. So let me tell you the story.
Okay.
2 years ago, I was diagnosed with congested heart failure, sleep apnea, high blood pressure. They thought I had borderline diabetic and obesity. So I used to drink a fifth of Jack per day. So the doctor recommended to cut back on the drinking. So initially when I started, I was 430 pounds. They took me through all these tests, observation.
I think I remember when you was in the hospital. That was like a couple years ago. I remember that.
Okay, so I stayed for observation for about a week. They drained my body and system. I lost maybe 20 pounds in the hospital.
Okay.
So I came home and listening to the doctor, I went from drinking 7 days a week to 3 days a week. But
What?
I found myself still drinking
Mm-hmm.
more, and I wasn't exercising. I stopped cooking.
Okay.
I was just totally messing everything up.
Wow.
So they take me back to the hospital because I damn near passed out. I went to see my primary care physician. My
Mm-hmm.
blood pressure was like 222 over 180.
Woo! Oh my God.
So when I got to the ER, they said, dude, I'm surprised you still alive. He was like,
What?
yo, yeah, my oxygen was like 68, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had built up what is called ascites, which is an alcoholic disease of excessive fluid that
Mm-hmm.
builds up in your stomach. So what happened was the fluid had built up in my stomach to the capacity point where it started to build up in other places, my legs, my lungs,
Oh
my
my God.
genitalia. It was just I was like a walking time bomb. So
Oh my God.
I'm in this hospital and the doctor says, you know, you need to have open heart surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And my thing is your heart is not strong enough, so it's an 80-20% chance. So
Mm-hmm.
immediately I fell into a deeper depression than I was already in.
Oh my goodness.
So
Are you
what he
okay
did was
talking about this? I'm gonna hold on. Are you
I'm
okay?
I'm
'Cause I know
I'm
this is
I'm fi-
very
I'm I'm
personal and
I'm fine talking about it, but let me tell the story so they can get the whole story.
okay, go ahead.
So I'm in this hospital. They tap
Mm-hmm.
my stomach. They take like 40 pounds of the fluid out of my stomach.
Woo.
They observe me for a couple of days. They take another 20 some pounds of fluid out of my stomach.
What?
So now I'm like, they saying, well, you had this crustacean that formulated around the sac of your heart. Your heart can't fully expand all the way. So, you're
God.
going to have this procedure.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked at the doctor and I was like, let me think about it. So my wife is like, look, I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
a widow. You need to have this procedure. So
Yeah.
I was like, man, look, fuck this. You're not just putting me on this table with an 80-20% chance. So I need a third, fourth, fifth opinion. So
Mm-hmm.
my brother calls me on the phone and he like, look, nigga, you got two options. So he
Yeah.
like, either we can go here and plan the funeral,
Mm-hmm.
or you can shake this shit off and live. My phone get ready to die, so I'll call you back when the battery charge up.
Hmm.
So I I sat there in the hospital in my chair by myself and I cried, and I said, okay, so
Oh
what
wow.
do I do? So I'm
Wow.
sitting there, now I'm looking out the window, and I'm like, so the nursing staff is like, everything's okay.
Yeah.
The surgery, the surgical procedure, he's one of the top 5 surgeons in Maryland. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't give a fuck about all that shit. So like
Wow.
2 days
Me?
later, 2 days later, my brother calls me and he say, okay, so what the fuck is we going to do? Because now we not dying today, so now you only got one choice.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay. The doctor came back and they wound up giving me a different plan. My cardiologist was like, look, we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna get this little bit of fluid and I'm gonna put you on this medication right here. And
Okay.
I need you to, by the next time you see me in 3 weeks, have lost 1 pound. So I said, okay. So I came home and I said, all right. So I said, bro, I gotta go back to the gym.
Yeah,
So
okay.
I walked into the gym and I got in the pool and I just walked back and forth and walked back and forth. I cried and I cried. I got out. I took a shower. I went home. I got up the next morning. I went back to the gym. I cried a
Mm-hmm.
little more, and I just kept walking and walking and walking. So about when I went back to see him, he was like, "Okay, you lost 6 pounds." I was like, "Huh?" He was like, "Yeah, you've lost 6 pounds."
Wow, that's amazing.
So I said, "Okay." So he tightened up on the medication. He made sure it was perfect,
Mm-hmm.
and before I knew it, I had lost 10 more pounds. So I said,
Wow.
okay, okay. So when I went to make my follow-up appointment, he canceled because he had an emergency.
Mm-hmm.
So about 3 months later,
Mm-hmm.
my son and them said, look, something's not right. And I said, what? They was like, you've been doing the right thing, but your
Mm-hmm.
stomach is starting to look bloated again.
Okay.
Something is not right. So I'm like, man, I don't want to go to the hospital. So my brother said, look, yo, whatever this is, I need some questions because I've been watching you and you've been doing what you supposed to. You fucked off here and there and ate some bullshit, but yo, you've been I was going to the gym 6 days a week, swimming 6, 7 laps, walking 45 minutes of audio. I was in the gym every day faithfully.
Mm.
So my son and my wife take me to the hospital, and I'm like, man, I don't want to fucking be here. I don't want to be here. So they admit me for observation and observation. So the next day, the doctor's like, look, you got to build up in your fluid, in your stomach of fluid again. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm in the motherfucker. Now I'm mad because
Okay.
I know
Believe.
what I've been.
Come
Hold on,
on,
please don't
believe.
cut me off. Please don't cut me off.
I'm just saying, watch the profanity, but I know you on the road right here now. I know
Okay,
you're on the road. I know you're on the
so
road.
now so now I'm upset. So my brother calls. He said, what did they say?" I said, "Man, somehow the fluid then backed up in my stomach again."
Woo.
So my brother says, "Okay, I'm coming to the hospital." So one of the doctors is talking all this trash, and I'm like, "Look, man, if y'all made a medical mistake, man, fix the mistake and let me go back home. Cause if I fall into a depression again, y'all
Mm-hmm.
not gonna like me here."
Oh my
So
goodness.
ironically, the doctor who ran all of my tests,
Mm-hmm.
he came in and he said, "What's the problem?" I said, "Man, look, I came back. My stomach is this way." So he said, "Okay, let me look into this." He said, "Man, listen, I just checked your labs and they over medicated you." I said, "Huh?"
Oh my
He said,
God.
your kidneys were about to shut down."
What?
So I said, "Okay." So now I'm getting ready to flip. I said, "Listen, man, I need you to do something for me." I said, "I need somebody to get in touch with the doctor." He said, "He's no longer here."
What?
He said, "They didn't notify you that?" I said, "No." So
Lord.
now my son is like, "Dad, calm down." My
Oh
wife
my
is sitting there
goodness.
like, "Oh, no." So I'm like, "Look."
I know, Brooke. I know.
So I tell the doctor, I say, "Man, listen, clearly,
Mm.
clearly I got a medical case right here. Clearly.
Yes. Yes, you
Not
do.
only do I have a medical case, I got one of the top-notch Jewish attorneys in this town. Listen,
Oh my
I
God.
need you to do something for me. I need you to get me on the right medication.
Mm.
Whatever fluid y'all want to get, and get me back to my exercise regimen." I'm not going to make it in here, doc. I'm going to get depressed. And
Yeah.
he said, my caseload is full, but I'm going to refer you to someone in my office.
Okay.
So he made a referral. The new cardiologist came to see me, said, come see me on this date. Call me when you get out the hospital to confirm the date. So they go back and they take 7 of, when you go in the room, them little circle bottles that be on the wall by the blood pressure cuff, they take 7 of them out of my stomach, which is
What?
about 40 ounces of fluid, roughly. Maybe it's probably a little less.
Oh my God.
So I get down to 313 pounds.
Wow.
No, a lot, pardon me. I got down to 325 pounds. The doctor says, look, I'm letting you go, but I need to see you in 7 days in my office. You need to weigh yourself every day and keep a track. I say, doc, I'm not doing the scale shit. I see you in 7 days. In 7 days, when I went to his office, I was like 321 pounds.
Wow.
I had to go back in 14 days. I went back in 14 days. I went in there. I was 327 pounds. He said, something's not right. I say, doc, I think I know what it is. I say, doc, I'm going to cut out the soda, eating this red meat, and I'm getting ready to cut out this excess stress I think I got. He said,
Yep.
okay. He said, so he took me, I was on 13 different pills. They took me off the high blood pressure pill the first time I left. So now I'm saying, okay, so I get back to my 5 days, 6 days a week in the gym. I'm swimming, I'm audio. I'm moving around. I'm leaving the gym. I'm going to the supermarket. I park in the back of the parking lot. I walk around the market 4 or 5 different times, aisle to aisle. So I go back and I get on the scale. And he said, you 317 pounds.
Wow.
I said, yeah. He said, so tell me. I said, I told you I was leaving the pop alone. So he said, okay. So I went back a month later. I was like 316, no, probably like 314 pounds. 312. So he was like,
That's amazing.
he said, okay. He said, but you still got some fluid left in your stomach. I said, doc, if you're going to drain the fluid, tell me, but I'm not staying overnight. So he's like, look, I need you to take an MRI. I need to admit you to take an MRI. I said, let me come a little closer, doc. Let me explain something to you. If you can't take this MRI with me walking in and walking out, my God, we not taking no MRI. So he gets on the phone. He's making all these phone calls. They schedule me for an MRI 90 days from the time I saw my doctor.
Wow.
I'm scared. So I walk in, my brother and everybody is there. I say, dog, I don't want to do this. He say, look, we came this far. Let's see what these people got. We got everything you've been eating, your pee intake. We got everything on document. I go in there. I take the MRI. I go in the doctor's office. I get on the scale. I'm 300 pounds, like 301, 302, something like that. I got everything on the piece of paper. The doctor say, I need to be perfectly honest with you. I said, what? He said, I've never seen this in my life. I say, doc, I'm scared. He said, no. He said, you left here a mess. You came a mess. You left with a patch job. I get you on my caseload, and you have done what no other doctor, every doctor I show your case, they haven't seen this. He said, your heart pumps stronger and better than it did now than before.
Wow.
I say, okay. So he says, yes. The MRI came back. You do have the crustacean around the bag. I say, all right, doc, let's be clear. I need you to tell me something. It's off the record. You know how I get down, doc. He said, yeah. I say, so is me having this surgery going to solve my issue? And he said, I'm going to be honest with you. I can't say that it will. I say, so what you're saying is I'm supposed to be a lab person? He says, no, but this will add on to your life. I say, well, doc, I got a second question. So if I walk out this door right now, you tell me the likelihood of me dropping dead within the next 72 hours. He said, my God, not even remotely close. You're not 100% health, but you're way better than other people. He
Wow.
said, your situation is going in reverse. So I said, so doc, again, you telling me I'm not going to drop dead in 72 hours, but this man's still telling me I need to have this procedure? He said, I got to be honest, yes. I say, well, doc, you tell him like I told him before, that yacht and that vacation home he went in Hawaii, my insurance not paying for that because I'm not going.
Lord.
So I go back in. He get the last bit of fluid. As of my last visit to him a week ago,
Okay.
I was 276 pounds.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations, Malik.
So
Congrats.
he said, well, they're going to call you for a consultation. I said, doc, let me be clear. You think I'm dropping dead? He said, not with the work you put in. No, you're not going to drop dead. I said, well, doc, they can call. May not answer, but they can call. They've called me 3 times and scheduled an appointment and had to cancel. And now when they call me last minute and like, well, is it possible you can come today? I said, miss, I'm going to be honest. At this point, I'm not even considering coming. So I got on the phone, I called my support team, and my brother said, look, the next time they call you, you give them my number so I can tell them what I really think. Because they trying to play games and we ain't got no time for games. So
Wow.
my brother says, if you want to do something, start writing down what you eat and what you pee out all over again. So when you go back to see our guy, you can give him a new book of information. So I've started a new book of what I eat, my urine outtake, all over again. And now I take 2 fluid pills.
Okay.
So I'm not telling everybody because I don't know everybody's situation. But I will say, tell as many people as you need to get you the help that you need and the support. And those who truly support you, you'll hear from them when you're messing up.
Absolutely.
That's my brother's thing. Yo, if I don't call you and tell you goofing off, then we not worrying about nothing else. We gonna keep doing this thing right here because all of the information that I've taken to my cardiologist, he's the only one that admits it. He says, I'm going to be honest. I've never seen this. I ran it past several others. He's like, I've never seen this. He's like, the only thing I have done is I've altered the medication when I saw fit. He says, everything else you and your brother did, from the vitamin regimen to the exercise to the eating, everything else we did. And I haven't had a drink in 16 months. 15.
Wow.
Yeah, I haven't had a can of pop in 6 to 8 months.
Wow. That is amazing, Malik.
So
Chat, I've been telling my chat to show you some love. They got some questions down there, but I want to say this to you, Malik. Wow. That is an amazing testimony because of the fact you are putting the work in. You are putting the work in to feel better. And even though, like, to me, it seemed like the doctor, what they did they misdiagnose you? Did they misdiagnose you the first time, or
Yeah,
the first doctors? They
they
misdiagnosed you?
what they did was when my cardiologist stepped down, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a cardiologist for 6 months. So
Mm-hmm.
they kept me on the same high dose of medication that I shouldn't have been on that long.
Okay. Wow.
So what I will say is you got to take your health into your hands.
Amen.
When you
That's what
stop
I do.
listening, when you stop listening to all the acronyms that they throw out at you,
Mm-hmm.
just do a little bit of research.
Absolutely.
And when it comes to making the change, do it like my brother. Do it as baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
Take a step here, a step here, a step here.
And
And
that's what I be over here talking about on my channel. We
the
got
one
to
thing,
take control of our own health.
the
We
one
got
thing
to. Go
I
ahead.
want people to do is read up on elderberry, turmeric, ginger, watermelon, black seed oil,
Mm-hmm.
and not and most of all, if you don't do anything, take 2 teaspoons of sea moss a day and watch how your body and your health starts to change.
And thank you for sharing that. Wow, Malik. I can remember when you was in the hospital. So that what was going on with you? Because I was still over there with Brooke when you was in the hospital at that time. So that what was going on with you.
Yes.
Wow. And
So
I'm
what
blessed that you came over here and shared that with us.
well thank you. Whatever the questions are, if you have them, I'll answer them now.
Okay, Malik said if anybody, it was a couple of questions down there. Any questions? So I want to ask you a question. How do you feel today? How do you
Today,
feel today? Mm-hmm.
I got up today. I went to the gym. I swam 16 laps.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I spent a total of 45 minutes to an hour between swimming and aqua aerobics. Um,
That's amazing. You are very dedicated. And another question, when did you realize this what you had to do? After they kept telling you about the different things that when you saw how the medicine was doing, it's either about the fluid. What made you want to go ahead on and make a change? What made
um, I'm going to say this with all the humor, but it's actually what really made me change. When I was in that hospital
you? Mm-hmm.
and I had the conversation with the big homie,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized, yeah, I'm not ready for what you got over here. If you let me go back to the back of the line, I promise
Mm-hmm.
you the next time I'll be a little more happy. But right about now, yeah, I'm bluffing. I'm not ready. So can you let me go back here in the section with the folks that's gonna get it together
Mm-hmm.
and come see me in another 20 years. But right about now, and I'm putting humor to it because that's
Yeah.
really what it was. I had that conversation. I was standing there and I was like, this ain't nothing like y'all be talking about in the real. Oh nah. And
I have a question someone want to ask you. Can you see the chat?
no, I can't see it.
This is Six Bowls. She said, do you still drink? And what fluid in your stomach? What was the fluid in your stomach called? And why were you scared to get an MRI? She got several questions.
No, I haven't had a drink in 15 months, 16 months. The
Okay.
fluid was a buildup. Um, when you when your body releases fluid. So my body got into a situation where it wouldn't release the fluid. So,
Wow.
and contrary to popular belief, when you eating fast food or eat out or a bunch of lunch meat, all that's packed, all that's sodium. Sodium
Yeah.
holds water. It absorbs water.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
as opposed to my body releasing it, it would hold it. So I would just get the balloon effect. And what was the last question?
Why were you scared to get an MRI?
If they don't know what an MRI is, look it up.
They said, why were you scared to
Do
get
you
an
know
MRI?
what Georgia girl? Do you know what MRI is?
Yes, and I'd have had several. I'd be scared too, but I get it now.
So I
I
mean
be real.
I
Ooh,
mean,
I get
man,
paranoid. I
man,
go
you
in.
gotta. Well, so listen to the chat with the question. At the time they wanted to give me an MRI, I was overweight to get on the machine. So when I lost the weight,
Mm,
I still had to go into a cylinder and remain still for 45 minutes.
wow.
See, if you haven't had that kind of MRI, I had a full body MRI.
Yeah, I'd have had MRI, and I get paranoid because I don't like to be closed in. And then they was just saying, "Can you stop cursing? Cause I'm trying to get back remonetized, with the language." But I know how you talk because I done heard you on Dana and Sarah. But I know that's the way you talk. They were just saying, "Can you stop cursing on Georgia girls?" They said, "Do you have a channel?" Do you have a channel, Malik? I thought that one time you was trying to get a channel.
I could do one, but I don't really want to. I really I don't I haven't gotten to my mind to consistently do it.
Well, someone else had a question about they said, where do you swim? Is it competitive, like for a marathon? They were just like, will you do that at the gym? What do you swim at?
I swim at the gym, and
Mm-hmm.
ironically, I was what got me into doing swimming for real was I wanted to prepare to be. I was going to train to be a lifeguard.
Okay. Any more questions? Let's see what she said about the salt. Salt is the worst for water retention. Celery seed, parsley are great helpers in getting rid of it. I use that a lot because I'm trying to eliminate a lot of salt too, because I have some health issues, and that was the purpose of my channel, to talk about things that is going on out here in reality. I try to do awareness on breast cancer, because I had thyroid cancer. So I share different information. Like you said, you can do your own research on some of these things. And it's best to get second opinions. Like I heard what you were saying, you was getting 3 and 4. It's best to get second opinions on everything. But I'm gonna ask you this question. It's kind of like on a spiritual side. Do you think God was with you through all of this?
Yeah. See, like I said, I had to be accountable for the actions I did that got me where I was.
Okay.
So
Understand.
it was only with His grace, as they say,
Amen.
that got me back to reality and was able to start to become better.
Yes, absolutely. It's grace and mercy. So I'm proud of you, Malik. I mean, just from seeing you in the chat and seeing you on your wife channel and on Dana channel, that's why I said people don't know what a person could be going through or what they have been through. But what you have talked on my channel today, you have shared a lot. And I hope someone watched this replay to see how you have overcome and how you still on a path, right? Or do you have a certain goal that you're trying to get to on your weight, or you just trying to keep that fluid down? What is your base? What is your goal? What do you want to do? What from
When
from from this day
when
on to forward? What are you wanting to do?
when it's all said and done, by the
Mhm.
time the end of the year comes, I could be down to about 225 pounds.
Okay. That's my
Um,
sister right now. She just saying.
so what I really had in mind
Mm-hmm.
was I wanted to live another 40 years.
Absolutely.
So I realized that it's a daily journey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's going well, it's a daily process that'll get me to the journey. But again, I just get up every
Absolutely.
day and I just go at it.
That's it. That's it. That is so true. And that's what made me change. You know, I do this every year. I try to cut back and this and that, but I had started having chest pain. I was thinking I was going to have a heart attack. I got fluid on my knees. You know, I deal with a lot of stuff because I have pain. I deal with fibromyalgia and I got blood pressure issues. And so a couple of months ago, I just was feeling down. I does have anxiety also. My dad had been sick. My dad got fighting two types of cancer, and it started affecting me mentally and physically. I'm one of the type. I'm an emotional eater. It's just like I can deal with it, but it's just like I got to be constantly putting something in my mouth. So I
Well,
said, when the year came in, when 2024 came in, I had said, I can't do this no more. I love my family, my mom, my dad. They both have health issues. My mom is really bedridden. I don't want to start crying, but I'm just saying all the things that go on with them had started affecting me mentally, and I started neglecting myself.
well,
So I made,
go
huh?
ahead. Go ahead.
I had made up in my mind. I always usually start cutting back after my birthday. My birthday is in like 2 more months, but I was feeling so a certain way every time I went to the doctor. I would get on the scale. I see what I'm in. I take steroid shots because of pain. You know that ain't nothing but blowing me up. And so I had to start telling myself, I can't do this no more. I can't continue to try to see about everybody else and neglect myself. So I got with my family. I told them, look, things we got to do for my mom, my dad, but I got to take care of me. You see what I'm saying? I got to stop neglecting myself because if I'm not well, how can I see about anybody? You see what I'm saying? How can
Well,
I help with anybody if I'm not in good health? So I made up my mind a couple months ago, cut back on the I had been stopped drinking sodas, cut back on the greasy food, the salty food, the spicy food. And I've been like almost 2 months in, and I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I done lost a few pounds, still not where I want to be. Cause I get with them grandkids. I know that's not an excuse. I get with old grandkids on the weekend. Woo, that is my worstest challenge on the weekend because I know I be with my family, but I still feel better about myself. I'm not as uh depressed and stressed like I was the last part of last year. And the reason I'm saying it because we got to take control of our health. You see what I'm saying? We can help everybody else, but we can't neglect ourselves. So
well,
right now I'm just on this journey myself. I'm just gonna continue to ask God to give me the strength. I share different things I eat on my channel. You probably notice some of the things I post. I don't have time for drama, but I will defend myself. Like I said, I'm part of the dream team, but you notice I don't You see, you don't see Dream that many people in my chat from that side. I guess I don't talk the talk that people want to hear. And I'm not going to be a certain way to get people in my chat. The people that come in my chat now, they accept me and they like what I do. And I go with that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm satisfied because I'm in peace.
Well, I'm gonna say this before I depart. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. What happened? What
Can you hear me?
happened? Yeah, I hear you now. I hear you now.
I'm gonna need you to do two things.
Mm-hmm.
Keep this in mind. In order for you to help anybody, you gotta help you first.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
and second, it's better to be seen than to be viewed. So digest it how you see fit,
Mm-hmm.
or discard what you don't want to intake, and just keep doing you and focus on you.
Yeah. That's what I had to, it's just like I had to say, look, I just can't. And I had a lady to come on my channel one day. Because I do testimony Tuesdays a lot. A lady came on my channel and she's like a preacher. She prayed for me. And she said, and those words stick with me all the time. God got your family. God got your family. So stop. In other words, she was telling me to stop stressing. Stop stressing about your parents. Take care of you. That's what she told me. He got
And,
them.
and that's all you can do. You can't do no more. And he hasn't put nothing on your footstep or your back
Hey, me
that you
lady.
can't have.
Yes. And
So
I know he won't put no more on me than I can bear. And it's the same for you. But another person had something to tell you. They said, thank you, Malik. Has your diet changed? Um, has your diet changed your lifestyle, helped your mindset, and inspired your family too?
um somewhat, but not being rude.
Mm-hmm.
If I eat a bunch of BS, I suffer. So
Yeah.
I'm so focused on what I intake
Mm-hmm.
that you know I give my advice when needed, or I'll prepare a meal that I see
Mm-hmm.
fit for everybody. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm so into my situation, because if I eat a steak and a cheesesteak and a cheeseburger within 72 hours, the gal is in my body and I can't take it no more. So
Ooh, tell me about it.
I'm I'm focused on mine. So I
Mm-hmm.
drop little tidbits. I'll make a fruit salad. I'll
Yeah.
make a big garden salad. I'll grill up some shrimp and chicken and leaves, right? So
If anybody else got any more questions or anybody else want to come up and share anything about their overcoming anything and where they're at in their life, how they feel about it.
the,
Uh,
the biggest the biggest part with that is most people tend not to make it because all they hear is diet. And when all they hear in it is die.
mm-hmm,
And it's not really that bad. Like, I had
mm-hmm.
fried chicken earlier. But with the fried chicken, I had a big thing I had a side of greens. So
Okay. But
so
yes,
and then
I found that you can eat what you want, but it's how much you eat. You can eat small portions, but you know what food's good for you and what food's not. You see what I know?
yeah.
Cause I know my body. I know if I can't eat spicy food. It affect me very bad. I have IBS, so and
So like tomorrow, I'll make up a big pot of greens, a fresh tossed salad.
mm-hmm, that
I'll
sounds
roast a whole chicken. I'll make some green. I'll make some yams to go with the chicken, and
Mail
I'll
me
probably
some when you do all that, okay? I live in
yeah,
Georgia. Mail me some.
and I'll probably I made jerk chicken the other night, so I'll probably cut the jerk chicken down and
Mhm.
marinate it a little bit and grill it up to put over top of the fresh salad for something. And then the roasted chicken that I'll make, I'll break
That
it
sounds
down,
good. That sounds good.
and then I'll take the stock from the roasted chicken and probably Friday night or Saturday, I'll make a whole pot of greens or another pot of cabbage. You know, I
Okay.
try. I'll eat all the greens in America. Like if you
Oh.
tell me, oh, we got potatoes and macaroni and cheese and rice, yeah, I don't even need all that.
So how you think you're gonna be able to handle the holidays? I know that's why I was saying holidays coming up, but you can enjoy your holidays. You know, we have
Now,
all
now
the
to
trimmings, but
now
enjoy
to
it.
be
Be
honest,
prepared. Huh?
now to be honest, my holiday tradition is usually a pot roast.
Okay.
Now, my brother will fry two turkeys and
Hmm.
he'll make a small thing of turkey salad for me for later on. But I'm not big on turkey like that.
Okay.
Like if I bake a 15-pound bird, yeah, chances are that joint going to waste. Cause Malik don't eat leftovers.
But I have enjoyed to Malik. And if it one thing, because when I have guests over, I like for them to leave a good, encouraging word to someone that is um struggling to knowing that they probably like you said, you gotta want to change yourself. But what encouraging word you would give someone that's trying to get right, trying to change their life, healthy lifestyle, get to the healthy lifestyle, but they're still struggling. And they, just like, I know I can do it, but I don't think I can really do it. What encouraging word would you tell a person that is struggling, trying to change their lifestyle?
Um, it's better if you fix it than if it's fixed for you. So
Right.
whatever your ailment is or your diagnosis or your situation,
Mm-hmm.
find the one thing that makes you say bump everything else.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
like like for me, it's swimming or the hot tub.
Okay. So you enjoy that
So
very much.
right. So I go to the pool and I leave the phone in the car.
Okay. That,
So
yeah.
so
Mm-hmm.
so like the joke, which is really not a joke, my son and my brother and then be like, yeah, if we got an emergency, 911 is gonna contact you because we gonna know you in the pool. That's pretty much how that's gonna go. Yeah. But
Okay.
it's about
Discipline.
me,
Yeah.
but no, it's about me knowing what worked for me.
Yeah.
And everybody else is like, okay, we gonna do that thing. Because that's what's working for him. We gonna do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, at the end of the day, when you having that conversation with the God of your understanding,
Mm-hmm.
when we down here, we see that conversation one way. But when you really right there, you're gonna be like, man, I was jobbing. I was jobbing. I was jobbing. Because as much humor as I'm putting into it, you're
Mm-hmm.
really not ready for that thing.
I feel you. I know
So
when I was diagnosed with cancer, um, there was one word I thought I would never hear. I had thyroid cancer. And only thing was going through my mind, I think, am I gonna die? You see what I'm saying? But thank God And that is my testimony. And I love giving God the glory. They took the tumor off. I didn't have to do no radiation, which they had said I was gonna have to do radiation. But I always say God had other plans for me. 8 years later, I'm still here. I have other issues, but I do have faith. I do have faith. And
So
but
then,
that was one of the scariest moments of my life for a doctor to tell you you have cancer. I'm just gonna tell you.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna leave. The
I sure
fact that
have
you,
enjoyed you. Come back over here and talk with me sometime.
no problem. The fact that you got faith and you looked at your deepest fear straight in the face and
Mhm.
you came through it, that's what you got to do. Because in the medical field or in life, people always throw acronyms at you.
Yes, yes,
And if you don't understand what the acronym is or you don't know what it stands for, that's what tends to make people think a totally different way. And
yes.
the perfect example I'll give you is everybody runs around here and says they have a job,
Mm-hmm.
but a job means just over broke. When you think about everybody you come in contact with, and I'm not putting anybody down, so nobody think that.
We hear what you say.
Everybody, everybody that tells you have a job, they pretty much finding their way or making their way, or you hear them say, I work hard, I'm working hard, I'm struggling,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not appreciated, I'm devalued. But everybody you hear tells you they have a career or they're on a journey or they have their calling or their craft or their niche. You don't hear them say those same things. You hear them tell you, I was blessed with this blessing came my way, this
Mm-hmm.
opportunity dropped right here. You hear everything of positivity.
Yes.
Stop observing other people's picture and create your own portfolio. That's what it's about. It's your
Yes.
story. You learning from your story on your journey. If somebody can take heed to it or learns from it, so be it. But at the end of the day, when you rewind the tape, you did that thing. You deserve that thing. That's the
Amen.
blessing that you got.
Amen. Amen.
So
Everybody in the chat said thank you for sharing your beautiful testimony. And thank you for sharing encouragement. And I'm so proud of you, Malik. I had no idea that you had went through the things you did, but you're still standing. And I wish you much success on your journey. One of my moderators has said, yes, sir, chicken, yams, and green. When you was talking about your dinner, they said, how far are you away? Cause I'm fitting to come over. I have a
if
very positive chat.
if you look at Brooke's page, I'm
Mhm.
sure she got probably 25, 30 meals I've made.
I know, I know she was. I know when I was over there with her, she would share food. And she would always, like I said, I used to see like this time of year. 'Cause her birthday coming up soon, ain't it? Maybe
Yes.
this month or next month. I know always. I haven't seen her lately, but I know I was around when she was doing the Christmas giveaways and different things like that. And I used to see a little boy on the for his birthday. I think I gave him some a couple of times. I know he didn't. How old are you now? About 12? Is he that old yet?
He'll be 10 next month.
Okay, I know he all been about 9, 10 or something. Okay, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. Tell Brooke, I said hello. I gotta go back over there and see what she been up to. You know, I never did come in on what was going on back then with that on the other side. But I'm glad that you and her may be at a good space right now. And y'all continue to do what you can. love on each other, support each other. And I'm sure she's very supportive of what you have been through, you know. Like my husband, I have to cook separate foods too. I'd be like, he's like, I ain't gonna eat what you eat. See, I have to have my separate food, but then I try to cook something for all of us to eat, you know. But everybody is saying thank you for sharing the testimony. And come back and, I talk about different things over here. Sometimes I'll mention something about the R. Kelly or whatever, but I just didn't want to base my channel based on that. You know what went on that side. I just don't have time for that. I try to keep my time. I don't be want to go back and forth with nobody. I never did. I never will. But I will defend myself. I mean, it's quiet down a whole lot over there now, but you know how it was. You know how it was over there.
I don't follow that type of situation. Whenever I see that, I'll be like, yeah, okay, I'll move on. But I will come back again and say hello to everybody and drop a few words if need be, or just participate in the dialogue. I will do that.
All right, Malik. And if you ever decide to do a channel, let us know. And thank you.
Man.
Continue to keep God first. And I wish you much success.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, so long.
All right. That was Malik, everyone. That was so beautiful. For him to share his testimony. And anybody else have anything they want to say? Like I said, you never know what a person is going through. You never know why they have to change their lives, Sometimes people have to change for their own good, Like I was saying yesterday, sometimes you have to change your surrounding, your places you used to go to, people you used to be around, the foods you eat. You have to change and do whatever best for your mental state, because it's only one you. It's only one you. And we got to take care of ourselves, y'all. That his testimony was very inspiring. Very inspiring. Like I said, I met him on the other side, the R. Kelly sector, through his wife. And I remember when he was in the hospital, but I didn't know he was going through all of that. So Malik, we salute you, Malik, over here. You're always welcome over here. Always. And I would like to just thank my chat. Y'all are so amazing. I love my Georgia troopers over here. I love y'all so much. Y'all always looking out for me. Y'all always looking out, telling people to respect the host. And I love y'all so much for that. And that's what it's all about over here with me. That's what it's all about. Uplifting one another, being here for one another, and encouraging one another. That's what it's all about. Anybody else have anything they want to share? Or anybody else got anything you want to ask me? And we all have a lot to be thankful for, y'all. We all have a lot to be thankful for. And I forgot to tell Malik, my brother-in-law, I lost a brother-in-law. He had blood on his heart. That blood be everywhere. I got some on my knees. Hold on, y'all, for a minute. Turn the camera for a minute. Gotta do something. But I have blood on my knees. And I gotta go back and let them. They probably gonna end up draining it, because my knees does burn. And I know it ain't nothing but that neuropathy, things that I'm dealing with. But blood clots, all those things, you can't take those type of things Likely. I just found out. I love y'all too. I love y'all so much. Y'all my girls. Y'all my girls. I love y'all so much. I just found out a girl went to my school. We didn't graduate together, but she's like about a year older than I am. Couple years, about 2 years. I found out she just passed. She had a blood clot in her lungs. That's why I'm always telling us over here, y'all, get our checkups. Go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Get yourself checked out. See what's going on with you. You know? And she, like I said, you could be in the healthiest shape. You could be looking good, looking fine. And then, boom, something happened to you because you just don't know. You just don't know. Tomorrow is Wellness Wednesday. Y'all know I just share information about breast cancer, so I'll probably be back tomorrow. But I really have enjoyed this live. And if anybody else got anything they want to talk about today before I end, anybody else got anything they want to share? Don't forget on Friday, we will be at Six Bowls Place. I think she got the thumbnail up now. We'll be over there at 4:00. If anybody wants to come over there and support her in the baby shower, you know, I consider all us family, so let's show our family some love. Like I said, I want to thank Malik again for coming over. Like I said, his wife is the one help. She kept one of the ones that kept on telling me, go for it, George girl. She was like, if you want a channel, figure out something that you like, what you like to talk about. And by me having real life experiences about health, and I talk about my family. Y'all see I share my family over here a lot. Y'all see the things I do. And so I said, well, I might as well get me a channel. And in a way, I'm glad that I did started my channel 3 years ago because I was able to meet some of y'all in the chat, some amazing people. And I appreciate y'all so much. Anybody else that is in the chat going live? Six Bowl, did you do your video yet? Miss Key, any other YouTube creators in the chat? Are y'all going live? And Patrick, thank you. I'm trying to see, do you have a channel? I'm going to your name now. Patrick was talking about some fruits and vegetables. I didn't see his comment. Okay. So he was saying he had a garden and everything. Patrick, I'm trying to see, do you have a channel? No, you don't have a channel. But come back over and visit Patrick. Patrick was new. He said he was from Detroit. And I just went to his name. He don't have a channel. Oh, you not yet? Are you going today or you don't know? But yes, was you able to, did you get you something to eat yet? I know you was saying when I talked to you earlier, you were saying you was hungry. But anyway, you guys, I enjoyed everybody. I want to thank Malik for coming over again. He was just sharing some things what he had went through. I'm glad that you know, he seemed like he's happy. He seemed like the decision he made for his life, he feel good about it. And that's what it's about. When you're doing something to better yourself, you should feel good about what you're doing. You should feel good about what you're doing. Like I said, I know when I look in the mirror, I be like, I know it's some more work I need to do. But it take consistency. It take hard work. Take dedication. It really do. It really do. I'm just checking. See, I was trying. I think Miss Keishi probably go live later on tonight. She normally do night live. Thanks, Tamika, for sharing me out. I see you where you had shared me. I does appreciate you so much. But yes, guys, we do have a lot to be thankful for Y'all know fall is here. It done got cool already. It was kind of warm in my house. Now it got cool. Now I feel like putting on a jacket. It seemed like it'd be cool in the morning, then it get warm during the day, and then it's cool later on. I want to thank my sister-in-law. She was in here earlier, and my brother was listening to me. I know y'all probably seen Sammy Chester. That's my brother too. They was listening at my live, and they see what I be doing over here. I told them I have a good group of people over here. I told them I'm good. I don't let nobody on YouTube worry me. I don't let nobody on YouTube stress me. Before I feel like I'm getting stressed, I just won't come on. You know what I'm saying? It's just entertainment. This is entertainment. So on that note, I enjoyed everybody. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Y'all know I be having so much to do during the day, or either I'm resting during the day. Sometimes that's why I've been coming on later, because I get up a little at a certain time. I do a little song, then I lay back down. I said, well, I'm gonna probably do my live. But I might try to come a little bit tomorrow. I might try to come a little bit early tomorrow. I'm just gonna put out some more information about breast cancer awareness. I got my mammogram coming up. And thank you, Mona. I know you was at work. Thank you for coming in, listening. I saw you said you was gonna put your earphones on. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Miss Key, for coming in. Thank you, Six Bows. Thank you, Tamika, again. We had a new guy, his name Patrick. Trying to make sure I didn't overlook no one. Of course, we thank Malik again. Malik, you're always welcome over here. I think the chat went well. And Miss Lady T, she came and peeked in. And Joshua. I'm just going to make sure I don't overlook nobody. Much love, appreciation to you, Georgia Girl, for bringing us great informative content. Love to family, grandbabies too. Did granddaughter find the mask she painted? No. Mm-mm. And then she's sick. She got sick, Mona. She got in that water at that festival. And I told her, because we hadn't already got her out the water, right? She gonna go back and get back in the water. She couldn't even go to school today. To my grandma, shit, I'm sick. Her nose stuffy. And I told my daughter, okay, Sixbo, I told my daughter it come from her getting in that water over the weekend. But you know, children, they know how they go. All right, you guys. Y'all continue to have a blessed night. Stay encouraged and always stay what? Prayed up. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye. I'm going to give y'all flowers. This is y'all flowers for today. Like I said, you deserve your flowers. You deserve your flowers. Y'all were looking out for old John and Gary. Y'all told him to come. Look, people, okay now. Cool. I'm looking for girls down now. Y'all were looking out for me down now. Yep. Y'all know how YouTube is with these rules, honey. Ooh, they got them. But flowers for everyone. Flowers for everyone. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow is my son's birthday. I forgot to tell y'all. Tomorrow is my son's birthday. He'll be 27, y'all. That's my baby. That's my baby. My son will be 27 tomorrow. So y'all probably see me put up a picture or something like that of him. Y'all continue to have a blessed night. Stay encouraged. And always stay prayed up. Until next time. Bye-bye. Okay. Not that one. Let's see what I want to put here.